What does he mean?
It means we're gonna crash into it if I know him.
I suggest you fasten your seatbelts. It shouldn't be long.
All radio is dead. Which means that these tape recordings I'm making are for the sake of future history. If any.
Hardware Wars. A spectacle light years ahead of its time. Starring Fluke Starbucker, intergalactic boy wonder.
This is the voice of world control. I bring you peace. It may be the peace of plenty and content, or the peace of unburied death. The choice is yours.
Born Solomon Hirsch Fries in Chicago on June 22, 1920, he began his acting career in 1942 and remained active for over 40 years. During this time, he was involved in more than 250 films, cartoons, and television appearances. Like many voice actors, his appearances were often uncredited. Gifted with an amazing ear and versatile voice from an early age, Paul's early radio career was cut short when he was drafted during World War II. He was wounded in action at Normandy on D-Day and returned to the United States for a year of recuperation. He attended the Chenard Art Institute under the GI Bill, but his first wife's failing health forced him to drop out and return to radio work.
That is the time when ghosts are present, practicing their terror with ghoulish delight.
Thanks. This opening paragraph sounds a little rusty. He's got plenty of time.
It seems rushed to me. Yeah, I think you can play with that a little bit more, Paul.
How much time more do I have?
Oh, you got another 5 seconds, 8
Oh,
seconds.
oh, that's like giving whiskey to an Indian. You, God bless you. I don't even want the money today. Take two. Strike that last part.
Glad we're recording that last line.
Yeah.
Most famously, Paul's comedic Germanic accent and freewheeling improvisational ability brought personality and popularity to Donald Duck's nutty uncle, Professor Ludwig von Drake, who was introduced on An Adventure in Color and subsequently became a frequent host of Disney's Sunday night television institution, as well as a star of Disneyland Records. For the 1964 to 1965 New York World's Fair, Paul was the sonorous narrator of the great moments with Mr. Lincoln Pre-Show at the Illinois Pavilion. For Disneyland, he provided the dramatic You Are There narration for Adventure Through Inner Space. Some of his most memorable voice performances are still playing today at Disney parks. Paul is the ghost host in the Haunted Mansion and many of the various Pirates of the Caribbean. Paul Fries passed away on November 2, 1986, in Tiburon, California. When asked if he ever had reason to resent the relative anonymity of his art form, he replied, "Sometimes, yes. But it's nothing I can't overcome when I look at the bank balance."
The target for the A-bomb is this nest of Martian machines in the Puente Hills, where more of these meteor cylinders came down early last evening. A plane will pinpoint the target for the drop from 6 miles up. We've been warned that this bomb is 10 times more powerful than anything previously used.